All right, let's talk about AQA Geography Paper 3. Today, we're going to dive into exactly what the examiners are looking for so you can walk into that exam feeling totally prepared and confident.
So let's be honest, is Paper 3 worrying you a little bit? Yeah, you're not alone. It's called Geographical Applications, and it can feel a bit unpredictable. But stick with me, because by the end of this, we're going to flip that worry into a solid game plan. So, what's our secret weapon? Well, we've gone straight to the source. Everything, and I mean everything we're talking about today is pulled directly from the official 2024 Examiner's Report. These are tips from the actual people who will be marking your paper. It doesn't get any better than that. So, let's dive in.
Okay, so here's our plan. First, we'll crack what Paper 3 is really all about. Then, we'll look at the blueprint of the paper itself. After that, we'll do a deep dive into Section A, that's the issue evaluation, and then Section B on fieldwork. And we'll wrap it all up with the examiner's absolute top tips. Sound good?
All right, Section 1, cracking Paper 3. You know, this paper isn't about just spitting out facts you've memorized. Nope, it's about putting on your geographer's hat and actually solving problems.
So here's the lowdown. Geographical Applications, the name says it all, right? It's all about applying what you know. You've got 1 hour and 30 minutes for 76 marks, and it's split into two main sections. But here's the key takeaway, the big one. The number one skill they're testing is, can you look at some evidence and make a solid judgment? That's it.
Okay, next up, the paper's blueprint. Think of it like this. If you know how something is built, it's way easier to deconstruct it and, grab all the marks inside.
So this paper is really a tale of two halves, and they're pretty different. You've got Section A, the issue evaluation. This is all based on that resource booklet you get ahead of time, right? It's your job to analyze a big geographical issue. Then you have Section B, which is all about fieldwork. This part tests your practical skills with some stuff you won't have seen before, but it also asks about the fieldwork you went out and did yourself.
Okay, this is super important, how you actually get the marks. It's not one size fits all. For the short questions, 1, 2, or 3 marks, it's what they call point marked. It's basically a checklist. You make a good point, you get a mark. Simple. But for the big hitters, the 4, 6, and 9 markers, it's levels marked. This is totally different. The examiner reads your whole answer and puts it into a level, basic, clear, or detailed. It's not about ticking boxes anymore. It's about how good your overall argument is.
You might see this term AO3 thrown around. Don't get bogged down by the jargon, okay? It's really simple. All it means is, can you use the information they give you, a map, a graph, whatever, to back up what you're saying and make a decision? That's it. And check this out. It's worth a whopping 35% of this paper. So let me be clear. If you master AO3, you master Paper 3.
Right, let's zoom in on Section A, issue evaluation. The whole game here is learning how to use that resource booklet to craft amazing answers, not just, copying bits out of it.
Okay, let's get our hands dirty. Here's a real question from the 2024 paper. It's an OS map question asking you to describe the physical geography of an area. It's a classic 4 marker and it's levels marked. So let's break down exactly how to get all 4 of those marks.
And this table just lays it all out. A basic level 1 answer just points things out. There's a river. The land is high. Meh. To get to level 2, the clear answer, you have to be a detective. Use the map as your evidence. Don't just say a river. Say the River Medway, which flows to the east. Don't just say highland. Point to the map and say, the land here rises to 245 meters, as you can see from this spot height. See the difference? You're not just spectating, you're investigating.
Let's really see this in action. The answer on the left, it's just a list. It's passive. But check out what the examiner says about the good answer on the right. The key words here are offers some development and use of the OS map. Development just means you explain what you've seen and what it means. And honestly, that is the difference between getting 1 or 2 marks and getting all of them.
And here we have it, the number one mistake students make. And this is a direct quote from the examiner's report. So listen up. Too many students just copy statements from the resources. Think about it. The examiner already has the booklet. They know what it says. They don't want you to be a photocopier. They want to know what you think. You have to use the booklet as evidence to support your argument.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about Section B, fieldwork. Now, this section is home to some of the easiest, most gettable marks in the whole exam. These are the ones we absolutely cannot afford to miss.
I mean, look at this, a question asking you to complete a pie chart. These skills questions are basically a gift from the exam board. They are must-have marks. There's only one correct answer, and it should be a guaranteed point in your pocket. But, and this is genuinely shocking, the report says a significant number of students just didn't even try it. They left it blank. And when they say it has a high facility index, that's just their fancy way of saying this was an easy question that most people got right. You just can't skip these. You can't.
1 mark. It sounds like nothing, right? But that one single mark can be the thing that bumps you up a grade. So let me say it again. Never, ever, ever leave a basic skills question blank. It's just not an option.
Okay, what about the questions on your own fieldwork? The examiners pointed out 4 common traps people fall into, so here's your 4-step success plan. Number 1, write out your full inquiry title, not just river study. Number 2, and this is a big one, read the question to see if it's asking about your human or your physical fieldwork. Answering the wrong one is a disaster for your marks. 3, you need to be able to talk about how good your data collection methods actually were. And finally, number 4, make sure your conclusion actually links back to your original aim.
Okay, that was a lot to take in, so let's boil it all down. This is your final cheat sheet for success, straight from the examiners themselves.
Top tip, the absolute golden rule. Do not just copy from the resources. They know what's in there. They're testing you on how you use it.
So what do you do? Simple. You make your point, and then you bring in the evidence. Say something like, and I know this because figure 2 clearly shows that. That's the magic formula.
So, let's recap the final takeaways. 1. Read the question. Really read it. 2. For 2-mark questions, remember the formula point plus development. 3. Never leave those easy skills questions blank. 4. Write your full fieldwork title. And 5. For the love of geography, double-check if it's asking for your human or your physical fieldwork. Nail these 5 things and you're in a great spot.
Okay, so before you go, I want to leave you with a question. After hearing all this straight from the examiner's mouths, what is the one thing you're going to change about how you tackle this paper? Seriously, think about it, because picking one thing and actually doing it, that could be what makes all the difference on exam day.
Before you go, everything we've just covered is summarized clearly in one place. It's all brought together in Crack AQA Geography Paper 3, your examiner's guide. This poster helps you understand how Paper 3 is marked, with a clear focus on using evidence, making judgments, and avoiding common mistakes. It breaks down what examiners mean by strong issue evaluation, shows the difference between basic and evidence-based answers, and reminds you of the key checks for fieldwork and skills questions. Under exam pressure, it gives you simple structures and reminders you can fall back on. What to include, what to avoid, and how to turn observations into marks. Keep it on your wall or desk as a quick daily reference while you revise. Scan the QR code or use the link below to get your copy.